This is Valley View News.
Southern California gets wet after a dry winter, but is it enough to help with the statewide drought? Flu season is in, but can you stay healthy the smart way? Find out how you can avoid the deadly virus with simple safety measures. LA's Men in Blue kick off an interactive yearly fan festival at Chavez Ravine. Fans met with all-star players and helped out a local charity.
Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Starman Awesome.
And I'm Jennifer Rufer.
President Obama is planning to visit Saudi Arabia next month to discuss strategic ties between the two countries and security around the Middle East. This will be Obama's first visit to Saudi Arabia in 5 years. Relationships between the countries had strained in the past year over Obama's administration's policies regarding Iran, Syria, and Israel.
An armed 10th grader in Moscow killed a teacher and a policeman and held 20 students hostage for half an hour before surrendering. The students were freed after the teen's father convinced him to let them go. The teen entered the school after threatening a security guard with a small caliber rifle. This incident comes shortly before the Sochi Winter Games opens later this week. Russia is under alert for terrorist attacks.
North Korea has created an operating system called the Red Star, similar to Microsoft. Red Star is exclusive to the North and is meant for domestic use only. The operating system has audio and video players and a Korean chess game. Red Star also features a search engine called Our Country. The search engine aids users to view up to 5,000 websites. Most North Koreans have no access to the internet. However, universities, governments, libraries, and state-run corporations have access.
The threat of cancer continues to grow worldwide. The Cancer Agency of the World Health Organization says that within the next 2 decades, there will be 22 million cases of cancer every year. There were 14 million such cases in 2012. Death rates from cancer are also expected to rise from 8.2 million a year to 13 million. Lung, breast, and colon cancer are among the most common forms of cancer, but lung, liver, and stomach cancer are among the most common causes of death. The World Cancer Report says access to inexpensive drugs could cut the death rate significantly, even in less developed countries.
Flu-related deaths are increasing nationwide. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says the number of people visiting hospitals with flu-like symptoms is 50% higher than in normal seasons. Los Angeles is also feeling the effects, and Jennifer Rufer reports, officials says it's not too late to get a flu shot.
February has just begun, but the worst of the flu season may not be over. Public health officials say almost 100 Californians have died from the flu this season, 11 of them from Los Angeles County.
If no one was dying, then I wouldn't be so, up for getting a flu shot, because who likes shots?
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says flu season starts in October and ends in May.
It is not too late. If you got one now, usually the effectiveness takes about 2 weeks to build up in your immune system.
A viral infection in the nose, throat, and lungs, the flu is easily spread through coughing and sneezing.
Usually develops as early as in 5 hours with heavy muscle aches, body aches, chills, high fever.
This year's strain is one health officials are familiar with, H1N1, the same outbreak that rushed people to hospitals during the 2009 flu season.
After seeing it in the news and stuff like that, people actually dying from it, it actually made me worried and pretty grateful that I got it right away, so yeah.
There may be some sort of cumulative effect, so if you get flu shots year after year, then it may help boost the immunity overall.
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says 80% of those who died from the flu did not get a flu shot, most of them in their 20s, 30s, and 40s.
I haven't had a flu shot for maybe more than 6 years now, because when I would get a flu shot, I'd get sick multiple times throughout the year. So,
you may get a subsequent illness around the time that you get a flu shot, completely unrelated to the flu shot, but they associate it with the flu shot.
Like, I get freaked out when I see people sick, but I still won't get it.
A good influenza will knock you out for a good 5 to 7 days.
Gallup says if you don't get a flu shot, prevention is key.
Number 1 is hand washing all the time. Hand sanitizer is good, but good old-fashioned hand washing, sing happy birthday, really soap your hands up. And if you're sick and you think you have the flu, stay home. Don't give it to other people.
Health officials say everyone over 6 months of age should get a flu shot, especially pregnant women and those with other health conditions. Since the report, officials say deaths are close to 200 statewide.
The late Nelson Mandela's will was read last Monday. It stated that his $4.1 billion estate is left to his family, various universities, and the South African National Congress. Mandela's widow, Grace Michelle, is expected to waive her right to half the estate. His children will receive enough money to eliminate any debt they have not already repaid. Mandela's royalties and other properties will be left to a family trust. As of now, no one has contested the will.
Federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies in the Midwest are conducting a manhunt for a quadruple murderer turned fugitive. Schools in Shipshanawa, India, have been placed on lockdown after the Jeep stolen by the escaped inmate was located in the city. The inmate, Michael David Elliott, escaped from the Iona Correctional Facility in Michigan. Authorities believe he commandeered a white kitchen uniform, cut a hole in the prison fence with a box cutter, and then carjacked a woman driving the red Jeep. The woman later on escaped and called 911, triggering the manhunt. Elliott was serving 4 life sentences for 4 murders committed in 1993.
An after-school program in Azusa teaches students how to play mariachi music. Valley View's Ruby Martinez tells us this program is gaining in popularity.
Mariachi de Azusa, an after-school program, is teaching students the art of music while helping them carry their tradition. One of those students is Christopher Obeja, now a high school junior who's been with Mariachi de Azusa since he was 7 years old.
You play what you love, and whatever you feel that you love, I think it transmits onto the other people. Maybe if it's not their favorite style of music, if you play it good and if you play it with feeling and emotions, they will feel it, and I think they will react to it.
A widely popular folk genre, mariachi, is a marriage of music and culture.
I was brought up in a mariachi family, and every one of them played guitars. Every one of them sang. We had barbacoa Sundays, barbecue Sundays as we call it, and they bring out the guitarras and they start singing.
This program was established 16 years ago with the help of El Monte Heritage Society. This year, more than 80 students are part of the ensemble, from 3rd graders to high school seniors. And each year, former students find a way to give back. Araceli Muro is one of those students. She was 9 years old when she started with Mariachi de Azusa.
Last year was my first time actually coming back as a teacher for the district, and it feels really good being where I was once as a kid.
For the students of the program, it's more than just the love of music that brings them together. It's cultural identity, but it's also a common goal, the goal of preserving mariachi music. In Azusa, I'm Ruby Martinez, Valley View News.
Mariachi of Azusa runs on donations only. If you would like to support the program, visit the Azusa Unified School District's website for more information. A real-life castaway washed up on the shores of Marshall Islands after being lost at sea for 16 months. Jose Salvador Alvarenga set out on a fishing trip on the coast of Mexico in December of 2012, but a storm blew his 23-foot fiberglass boat off course. He survived in the Pacific Ocean by eating fish, birds, and turtles. He also drank bird blood to quench his thirst. Alvarenga is from El Salvador and has been working in Mexico for the past 15 years. After a medical checkup, he was declared he was ready to get back to work.
An Italian court has found Amanda Knox guilty for a second time for the murder of her former roommate, Meredith Kircher. Knox was first found guilty on killing Kircher in 2009, but the ruling was overturned after an appeal in 2001. In March 2012, Italy's Supreme Court overturned the innocent verdict, leading to the retrial last week that found her guilty. The new ruling carries a possible 28.5-year prison sentence for Knox. Knox has been living in the United States during the retrial and says she will not go willingly if the Italian court extradites her. Knox's lawyer, Ted Simon, says it is too early to tell if she will be extradited. He says that's because the appeals process will take almost a year.
Wildlife officials in Riverside are looking for a mountain lion that attacked a man over the weekend. The attack happened off of Highway 74 west of the 215 freeway in Paris. The victim, who lived in a homeless encampment, had bite marks on his head that required surgery. This is the first mountain lion attack in Southern California in a decade. 10 years ago, a mountain lion attacked 2 bikers and left 1 fatally wounded. Overall, only 15 attacks have been reported since 1986.
Los Angeles and the rest of California is experiencing extreme drought conditions, but instead of a nice downpour this week, all we've gotten is a sprinkle now and then. The National Weather Service reports Southern California has experienced about 3.6 inches of rain so far this winter. Valley View's Esmeralda Carriega says Angelinos are concerned.
Dry patches of grass are what most SoCal residents have seen. Water experts say the lack of rain could be the new normal. This could be one of the driest seasons we've faced in years.
It's been a while since it's rained. The last couple of supposedly rainstorms we had, it's just been drizzles.
Mother Nature had a little bit of a trick up her sleeve. Most California residents thought that there was going to be a heavy downpour tonight, but instead they were faced with a light drizzle, which wasn't enough for them to get their umbrellas out.
We expected more rain during the winter, but it didn't. Not at all.
With the lack of rain, most SoCal residents have had to rely on their sprinkler systems and their water hoses.
Well, we need to get a lot of rain so we get all our food and all our natural stuff growing again. And also we need some snow.
The city of Los Angeles has had a water conservation ordinance in place for 3 years. But there could be an upside to no rain.
So we could play. If it rains, nobody's going to come out. But hopefully it does.
Reporting in Northridge, I'm Esmeralda Carriega for Valley View News.
Thefts are increasing in the San Fernando Valley of catalytic converters in Hondas and Acuras. The thieves are concentrating on models between 1999 and 2004. Catalytic converters change pollutants in exhaust gas into a less toxic gas. Police are asking people to make sure their car alarms are activated and to park in safe areas. Anyone with information on the theft should contact the LAPD West Valley Station.
Some Super Bowl fans were outraged as the big game went black for more than an hour for Time Warner Cable in Southern California. The company announced it via Twitter it was experiencing difficulties with transmitting the feed from Fox. The outage affected Southern California stations KTTV, Fox, KCAL, and KTLA standard definition feeds. The feeds returned around 6 in the evening when the game was in the middle of the third quarter.
Coming up in sports, we have the first look on Sochi's preparation for the opening ceremonies.
Thank you for calling your GED Pep Talk Center. All right, now, are you ready for your GED Pep Talk?
Being nervous is okay. It just shows that you're serious about getting your diploma.
A lot of things are scary. Heck, I'm scared of clowns.
No quiero ir. Danny, no lo puedo hacer.
DMC, life in your pep talk style.
Just keeping it real, Debs, just keeping it real.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
I hear there's a couple of trades going on with the Lakers.
It looks like Pau Gasol might be on his way out.
Okay.
But anyways, back to the Super Bowl. The Seattle Seahawks are bringing home their first Super Bowl trophy after dismantling the Denver Broncos 43-8. The game featured the #1 ranked Seahawks defense and the high-powered league-leading Broncos offense. This was the 4th time in Super Bowl history where the league's top offense and defense faced off for the Lombardi Trophy. The first points of the game came almost immediately after a faulty snap flew over Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning's head and into the end zone for Seahawks safety. But the play of the game came after Manning's second interception of the game, which was taken all the way back by Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith for another Seattle TD. After taking their 22-0 lead into halftime, the Seahawks scored again by way of an 87-yard Percy Harvin kickoff touchdown return for the start of the third quarter. Harving caught the kickoff after letting it take a bounce and took off through the middle of the field, avoiding a number of Bronco defenders on the way to the end zone. CSUN students were disappointed in the lack of excitement in this year's Super Bowl.
I wasn't a Broncos fan because they took us out, so I was going for the Seahawks, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. So.
To be the number one offense versus number one defense, it was completely only the number one offense versus, number one defense versus nobody else.
I did watch it. I didn't like the game, actually. It was pretty boring for me. I'm not a football fan, but still I like big events like this one. And I didn't really feel it was a good game since it was such a different score between teams.
I thought the Broncos were going to do a lot better. I was rooting for them the whole time. And right from the get-go, they were just getting pummeled by the Seahawks, so it kind of sucked.
The Super Bowl attracted more than 110 million viewers. That's the highest number of viewers for any television program in history. Year after year, fans not only look forward to the Super Bowl itself, but also to the commercials. Budweiser tugged at the hearts of fans with the story of a friendship between an adorable puppy and a horse, while Doritos tried to get a good laugh with a young boy pulling a prank on his neighbor with a makeshift time machine. And H&M gave women a treat with this spot featuring soccer great David Beckham. CSUN students were asked about their favorite commercials.
I like how Budweiser tends to not advertise beer so much as they like to touch on people's emotions more.
Well, I didn't really watch it. It was boring. It kind of sucks. But the David Beckham commercial, H&M, hot.
My high school English teacher, right after the commercial, the Beckham commercial, she posted on Facebook, there's only two words that need to go together, Beckham and naked.
Super Bowl commercial spots cost advertisers $4 million. Sports fans in Las Vegas opened up their wallets for this Super Bowl, betting a record $119 million. Nevada's Gaming Control Board says sportsbooks made a profit of almost $20 million. That's more than the past 3 Super Bowls combined. Betting on sports has become increasingly popular as more fans are putting money into the game. Recently, football has become the most popular sport to bet on. Before fans could even get back to their hotels in Las Vegas, odds makers released numbers for next year's Super Bowl. Syracuse is the #1 men's basketball team in the country. They are the first unanimous choice in 4 years. The Orange Men replaced the University of Arizona after the Wildcats lost to Cal Berkeley. Syracuse remained undefeated after an overtime win against Duke, 91-89. The Orange Men must face 3 highly ranked teams before the regular season ends. One of those teams will be Duke once more at the end of February. Athletes from around the world, along with police officers and troops, are in Russian city of Sochi for the 22 Winter Olympics. About 40,000 police and armed forces will be involved in making sure the games are safe. 6,000 athletes from 85 countries will be participating, and as many as 80,000 spectators will attend events. Athletes will compete for 17 days. St. Louis Rams owner Stan Kroenke has purchased a 60-acre lot in Inglewood. The purchase has fueled speculation that the Rams could be moving back to L.A. The team played in Southern California from 1946 to 1994. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has dismissed the Rams' move to L.A. Goodell says any team moving to Los Angeles or any other city would have obstacles to clear, including approval by the league's 32 team owners. Los Angeles has been without a professional team since the Rams and Raiders left 20 years ago. A potential suitor has emerged for Los Angeles Lakers center Pau Gasol. ESPN is reporting the Lakers might swap Gasol for the injured Phoenix Suns center Emeka Okafor. His $14 million contract falls short of Gasol's, worth $19 million, but would come with undeniable financial benefits. The nearly $5 million difference between the salaries would drop the Lakers less than $3 million away from the league's luxury tax threshold, possibly enough to take them out of tax territory completely.
Coming up in our entertainment segment, the latest on the death of actor Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Can't let him make it. Dude, you better not be illegally downloading movies again. I don't want a virus on my computer. Seriously. Yes!
Got it.
They got it. What an idiot.
When you rip off copyrighted material, someone could be ripping you off.
What the? Where's my money?
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkelpel. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
And now Amelia Favela has our entertainment report. She has details of Philip Seymour Hoffman's death.
Oscar-winning actor Philip Seymour Hoffman was found dead in his New York City apartment. Hoffman was found unconscious on his bathroom floor. Police say 50 envelopes containing heroin were found at the scene. Officials say a hypodermic needle was sticking out of Hoffman's arm. The actor struggled with drug abuse early in his career and had been in rehab for drug and alcohol addiction earlier this year. Hoffman won an Oscar in 2005 for his leading role in Capote. He starred in The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, playing Master Plutarch Heavensby. Hoffman was 46. Woody Allen's adopted daughter, Dylan Farrell, is accusing Allen of molesting her when she was 7 years old. Farrell was adopted by Allen and actress Mia Farrow in 1992. Allen was investigated for child molestation but was never charged. Dylan Farrow made her first public comments about the alleged incident on Saturday in an open letter to the New York Times. The letter says Allen got away with what he did. Farrow said she was urged to comment after Allen was recently honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Golden Globes. The original molestation charges were filed by Mia Farrow. The new Batman vs. Superman movie is causing controversy over casting. Director Zack Snyder has cast Jesse Eisenberg as Superman's arch-rival Lex Luthor and Jeremy Irons as Batman's butler Alfred. But some movie fans complain Eisenberg is too shy for his role, and others are not happy with the choice of Irons. The movie is scheduled for a 2016 release and will feature the cast from the 2013 film Man of Steel. Wonder Woman will also make an appearance in the film. She will be played by actress Gal Gadot, known for her role in the Fast and the Furious movies. The film is said to be a precursor to the Justice League movie. The Dodger Nation showed appreciation to their many fans as they held the 2014 Fan Fest. Thousands of Los Angeles Dodger fans joined together last Saturday to celebrate the team's second annual Fan Fest. The free event presented by State Farm, housed in the parking lot of the stadium, included dozens of booths, games, giveaways, food, and live entertainment. The family-friendly festival also held activities such as bracelet beading, hat decorating, and face painting. Anthony Gonzalez says he's looking forward to the new season.
It's a family tradition. We always come here. We're really excited, especially because of the new ownership. They've done a lot for the fans and for the stadium. It looks really nice.
Former baseball player and current Dodger broadcaster Rick Monday says he's ready for an exciting year.
We're looking forward to a good season, and we hope that everyone enjoys it, and hopefully it's going to be not only a good season for the Dodgers, for all of the players, they have a healthy one, and for the fans alike, that they have a healthy and very enjoyable season.
Dodger coach Don Mattingly says he plans on taking the season one game at a time.
You know, let's don't look up. Let's don't start thinking how good we are. Let's just keep winning a game every day. Every day, try to win a game.
Loyal members of the Dodger Nation say the Fan Fest is a great way to celebrate the team with one another.
I always wear the blue and gray, and I just met the pitchers, so I feel like I've known them forever now.
Today was a great day to see the whole community in Los Angeles get together for this Dodger Festival.
Fans were also able to meet the players of the Los Angeles Dodgers with the purchase of a $10 autograph session ticket. All proceeds made from the tickets benefited the team's foundation, LADF, which includes programs that support community efforts in the areas of education and literacy, health and wellness, and sports and recreation. Justin Bieber is becoming radioactive. On Super Bowl weekend, Bieber tried to get into the Chelsea hotspot in New York City, but was turned away. He was also refused admittance to at least 4 other Super Bowl parties. Bieber wanted to attend the Direct Super Saturday Night Bash at Pier 40, but organizers didn't want him anywhere near the event. Organizers say they don't want Bieber around until he stops being so violent. It was a close call for the R&B singer Chris Brown. The Grammy Award-winning artist appeared for a hearing Monday for allegedly assaulting a man last October. Prosecutors asked the judge to incarcerate Brown for his violent behavior. They say he poses an increasing danger to society. But the judge ruled Brown will not go to jail and instead complete his 90-day anger management rehab. The district attorney is now interviewing witnesses and reviewing the evidence in the case. And that's it for entertainment. Back to you guys.
The largest so-called hackathon on the West Coast was held last weekend in Santa Monica. But the convention was not held to teach techies how to steal sensitive information or how to take over the internet. It was about creating positive material for the web. Valley View News reporter Ruby Martinez has the story.
For 36 hours straight, college and high school students gather for what they call the Olympics of Hacking.
We've never actually had a large-scale student hackathon ever successfully take place on the West Coast at all. These kids from Caltech and UCLA came together to put this event on, and like they really blew it out of the water if you just look around.
HackTech is a student-run event created by 4 California Institute of Technology freshmen.
We started on the first day of school, and basically we had this idea in mind during orientation, which is a week before school started, and we kind of talked it out, figured some things out, and we just moved forward with it. And since then we kind of never looked back, and right now it's very surreal.
But what exactly is a hackathon?
A hackathon is a place where people get together to hack,
brainstorm, and create cool ideas.
Step outside those boundaries and build whatever they want.
There are students from 50 different schools throughout the nation, some coming as far as MIT. All gather to create apps, websites, and hardware. These students are working on a glove controller.
So you can essentially draw something in 3D just by waving your hand around. And eventually this will also be synchronized with the music, at least the color on the band.
The band becomes, if you make it straight and change the application, switch the mode of it, you can use it as a paintbrush, and it's similar to the concept of light graffiti.
And this student is working on a delivery device.
Working on a remote control for the drone to be able to deliver stuff at a distance of up to 50 miles away.
This glove will help people direct devices without even touching them.
The Power Glove has a lot of sensors, such as the accelerometer, so it can sense the orientation of your hand in 3 dimensions, and so you can do a lot of gestures with that. And it also has flex sensors in the fingers so that you can add more variety to those gestures.
While this student is working on something as simple as an application to help people be reminded.
We're working on an application that reminds you to pick up milk on the way home.
It is expected more than 2,000 students attend the hackathon, and organizers tell me that this might be the largest in the world. In Santa Monica, I'm Ruby Martinez, Valley View News.
From all of us at Valley View News, thanks for watching. I'm Sharman Asim.
And I'm Jennifer Rufer. Have a great week.